Trích thư Thánh Phaolô tông đồ gửi tín hữu Roma. Anh em thân mến, tình yêu của Thiên Chúa tuôn đổ trong tâm hồn chúng ta nhờ Thánh Thần đã ban cho chúng ta. Chúa Kitô theo kỳ hẹn và chịu chết vì chúng ta là kẻ tội lỗi. Ít có ai chết thay cho người công chính, họa chăng mới có người dám chết vì kẻ lành. Nhưng Thiên Chúa chứng tỏ tình yêu của người đối với chúng ta, nghĩa là trong lúc chúng ta còn là tội nhân, thì theo kỳ hẹn, Chúa Kitô đã chết vì chúng ta. Vậy phương chi bây giờ, chúng ta đã nên công chính trong máu của người, và nhờ người, chúng ta sẽ được cứu khỏi cơn thịnh nộ. Bởi chưng, nếu khi chúng ta còn là thù nghịch, mà chúng ta đã được giao hòa cùng Thiên Chúa nhờ cái chết của con Ngài, thì huống chi khi đã được giao hòa, ắt chúng ta sẽ được cứu độ trong sự sống của chính Chúa Kitô. Và không những thế, chúng ta còn được vinh hiển trong Thiên Chúa nhờ Đức Giêsu Kitô, Chúa chúng ta. Nhờ người mà bây giờ chúng ta được lãnh ơn giao hòa. Đó là lời Chúa.
Chúa ở cùng anh chị em
và ở cùng Thầy.
Tin mừng Chúa Giêsu Kitô theo Thánh Gioan.
Thầy Chúa, vinh danh Chúa.
Khi ấy, Chúa Giêsu ngước mắt lên trời cầu nguyện rằng: Lạy Cha, những người Cha ban cho con thì con muốn rằng con ở đâu họ cũng ở đấy với con, để họ chiêm ngưỡng vinh quang mà Cha đã ban cho con. Vì Cha đã yêu mến con trước khi tạo thành thế gian. Lạy Cha công chính, thế gian không biết Cha, nhưng con biết Cha, và những người này cũng biết rằng Cha đã sai con. Cha đã cho họ biết danh Cha, và con sẽ còn cho họ biết nữa, để tình Cha yêu con ở trong họ, và con cũng ở trong họ nữa. Jesus raised his eyes to heaven and said, Father, those whom you gave me are your gift to me. I wish that where I am, they also may be with me, that they may see my glory that you gave me, because you loved me before the foundation of the world. Righteous Father, the world also does not know you, but I know you, and they know that you sent me. I make known to them your name, and I will make it known, that the love with which you love me may be in them, and I in them. Đó là lời Chúa.
Lạy Chúa Kitô, ngợi khen Chúa. Just 2 days ago, after the 7 o'clock mass, so around 7:30, Linus Nguyen Mons, she asked me to see her. And I never have an appointment meeting at 7:30. But I saw on her face some kind of seriousness. I said, well, just go to the office. I will meet you there. And when she entered my office, she sat down, and he said, my son just died. An only son. I was numb. Because I sense of the suffering, the pain, the hurt that she was undergoing. And of course, he cannot revive Linus. He passed away, 32 years old. Actually, any death of our loved one, even though we know that person, for example, the elderly, he or she spent a lot of time in the hospital, on the hospital program, even though we know that they will die somehow. But any death always a shock, always bring a shock to the family members. We want them to be alive. We want them to be near to us. And even those who lie on the bed without talking, motionless, but we know he or she's there. But with the death, you know, everything's gone. Everything's gone. Especially in the case of the Linus Nguyen family, his only son. And as I told her that, well, we pray for you. And this is time to be together as a family. No blaming, no excuse. And of course, as the opening prayer mentioned, Linus, when he baptized, he belonged to the family of God, of the church. And it doesn't matter how many times he went to church, he is Catholic, he's a Christian. He belonged to God. And so in the gospel reading today, Jesus said very well, before he about to enter into his passion, he said very well, I pray to God Father that where I am, my disciples also may be with me. And so in this time of grief, we know that God is here. Jesus is here with us. And when I thinking about the passion of Jesus, finally, if we look at his death on the cross, maybe in his time, many people crucified like him. Of course, we know the story, like two thieves crucified. But it's different. Because when Jesus suffered, he suffered because of the burden of our sins. From the first person, Adam, and the last person on earth. And not only he carried the burden of sins of the whole humanity, but he also carried the burden of suffering of each person from the first man, Adam, until the last person. And we believe that at this moment, right now, right here, Jesus is suffering. He carried the suffering of the family, the friends, relatives, with the death of Linus. And of course, he suffered, and we know that more fruit, because through his death and his resurrection, he brought new life to all of us. That's very important. And so when we come here, as St. Paul says, we're not a people of hopelessness, we're people of hope. Hoping because we believe that right now Linus will come alive again. No. But our hopes because it is very strong, because it's the foundation of Jesus, His love for us, His redemption, His salvation. He wants to share with all people, especially for the deceased. And so in this moment, first of all, we first offer the thanks to God for the gift of life. 32 years on earth. Maybe a short time, but it's a gift from God. A gift from God. And of course, I know that maybe the parents, sometime the last few days, remember the first time when they know that, when they knew that the doctor said they will have a new son. I mean, and I imagine happy. And of course, throughout the Linus Muir's life, they followed him in every step. Primary school, high school, etc. That's a good memory we have to treasure. But more important, we have to treasure the gift of faith God gave him. So that together with the faith of all the people of God, and we trust in God's mercy, compassion, and kindness, God gave Linus a place in heaven. That's our sure hope. That's our belief. And so that we can console, comfort each other, not on human words, but with the power of God, the power of love, mercy, and forgiveness, especially for Catholics. And every time we offer the Mass, the Eucharist, we offer Jesus Himself as a sacrifice to God the Father, together with all the gift of the mankind, all the suffering, all anxieties, all uncertainties, we offer with the gift of Jesus Himself to God the Father, so that God Father receive us into His family through Jesus Christ. And that's why we continue to hope. And of course, we continue to pray for the family. It's very tough, very difficult. But we know that nobody is outside the circle of love of God. Nobody is outside the family of God. And someday, each one of us will leave the earth. And hopefully, with God's mercy, we will see our deceased brother and sister, our loved one, our relative, have gone before us. And that's why we continue to pray for each other. We continue to pray for the gift of faith, so that at this moment we not because of our grief, because of suffering, but we believe that God, at this moment, He still wants us opportunity to be strengthened in faith in Jesus Christ, the one who died, who loved us so much. He died, and He rose again to give us new life. Amen.